All right, let's try to quickly finish it since we are already on it. Question 9 on dating, marriage, and divorce. Question 18. 19 now. Thank you. 19. Question 19. If your unbelieving spouse wants out of the marriage, you can't allow the divorce. True or false?
You can't.
If your unbelieving spouse wants a divorce, you can't allow the divorce. So what is the answer?
You allow them to go, right? Yeah, you allow them.
And so what is it true or false? What are we?
No, I say it's false. I say it's false.
Yeah, but you
said you can't allow.
Yeah,
it's false.
Oh, today I'm like really happy that we are interacting. That's great.
And they want to divorce. Just give them the divorce. If you don't give it to them, they'll go and get it. So for peace sake, just give them the divorce.
So the answer is false.
No.
Whether you approve or not,
Like one is with your consent, one is without your consent.
That's a great, yes. One with and without, yes.
The point is, you don't have anything to say. She already said to you that I don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but
so whether you say yes or you say no, she's not going to divorce.
That's why he said. No, you're saying you shouldn't sign it. Let them go and get it.
Yeah, let them get it without you.
No. In divorce, you have to be there to be divorced.
You don't even have to be there.
One thing is you sign
You don't have to be there.
You don't have to sign it.
But still, she will still get it.
The divorce, whether accepted or not, but what of the believer?
Yes. The same thing.
First,
they tell you they don't want to marry you again.
According to Paul, can the believer go and marry or to remain single once the unbeliever has divorced?
No, you just stay single.
you have to remain single. Yes. So, yeah, you have to remain single. 1 Corinthians 7:13-16 says, And the woman which had an husband that believed not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean. But now are they holy. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God had called us to peace. For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? So, false.
So that means the Bible is saying if the unbelieving husband or wife depart, the wife or the husband can't remarry.
No.
That one, as Prashant is saying, the divorce, the believer, you're not even supposed to sign the divorce because it is without your consent. The person can go and you cannot marry.
Yeah, God's word. I think one of our pastors said some time ago in Ghana, he says, I forgot how he put it. He says, it's like a pant. It says, Kaki Pioto. you know what I'm trying to. He says, it's like, it's so tight that once you put it on, if it's loose, you can, but it's so tight that you are stuck with it. You are, so it fits your body as a slim fit or whatever they call it. So, again, yeah, you are hooked. But if they go, let them go. So, all right, so that's a false. 19. Question 20. A Christian that was never really in love and still doesn't love their spouse may divorce. All right. So do we say false? Okay. Yes, false. So yes, Matthew 5:31 and 32, which is another of what we already addressed. In let's see, do we have it in question 10? That was the same answer, false. It has been said, whoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, don't. Anyway, question 20. So that's false. Question 21. Within a marriage, one person becomes a believer. Within a marriage, one person becomes a believer. Now, the Christian may divorce for a better life.
False.
Within a marriage, one person becomes a believer. Now, the Christian may divorce for a better life.
That means that he wants to go, this believer wants to go marry another believer and leave his wife. That's what, because that's false. Okay.
All right, First Corinthians 7, 13 to 16, which is also similar to in response to question 19. So, false, false. Again. Question 22. To wrap it up, it says, a Christian is free to remarry once they are divorced, even if there was no adultery. 1 Corinthians 7, 10, and 11. So that is also, let's see, did we read? All right, so yes, false lie, and this is, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. So, false, 1 Corinthians 7, 10, and 11. The question 23, a divorced and then remarried person may go back to their original spouse.
True.
Oh, that's false.
True.
That is false.
It's true.
Somebody is sure.
You are breaking one marriage to go and start another marriage, and that's the original
If you
one.
marry, if you have an original person, and you divorce that original person and go and marry a second person, you can go back to that original
So
one.
you are breaking another marriage.
No, you already broke the original one. The second marriage is not valid.
Because the person you are divorcing, you are now making them, you are putting them in a position where they can't marry.
That person is not your wife to start with.
No, that's not it. You marry them anyway. Being a Christian, you know when you marry them, you will damage them.
So
Then you now say, no, I'm not doing
okay,
it. I'm going back to
if
the
you
other
stay in that second marriage, you are committing adultery.
Yeah, but you already committed a sin. You have God to forgiveness. Why don't you just continue?
Are you going to remain in that adultery? Are you going to remain in that
Yeah,
adultery?
what if there is no space for you in the first marriage? Where are you returning to?
No, you don't have to return now. You can only return if there's space.
A sister got converted in the 80s and came to the church. So as the elders sat with her, they realized that there has been a divorce. They had 3 daughters already, and they had divorced even for years. So the elders took steps to ensure if they could remarry. They went back and saw that the man had married. So they said whatever the cause of the marriage, the divorce was, they arbitrated the whole thing. But the man said, now I've moved on. I've forgiven her and everything, so I can't come back. So there the elders told the sister that if that is the case, then you cannot remarry. The sister said, so then they went on and baptized her, and she lived for over 20 years before she died.
She stayed unmarried.
Yes,
You
she
see,
stayed
this
unmarried.
is where I still come back to my initial statement that the pastors have an authority
No.
to unbind something. I'm telling you.
No.
Well, that is my own
What
belief.
Brother Isaiah is saying, somehow, you see, there are no fast rules about certain things.
Yeah, that is what
In
I'm telling you.
Numbers,
There are no fast
God
rules
has
in these
given
things.
a clear rule
You know?
about what heredity should be.
Yeah.
But when the daughters of Zelophehad went to Moses, Moses prayed.
For
In
them.
Brother Isaiah's
I'm
case,
telling you.
if a pastor can
They
say,
have that authority.
this is what God's word says,
They have that authority.
I have gone to God in prayer.
Yeah.
God is telling me to do this. That's
The
it.
pastor
It's up
has
to the
an
pastor.
authority
Is that
to do that.
not man putting asunder?
No.
Well,
There's a reason God
Well,
gave them that authority.
yes.
There are difficult situations on this earth that might arise, just like this one that you said. It's a very difficult situation. Okay? For me, I believe that it's relatively inhumane to tell that lady to stay unmarried if she wants to marry. The pastors will have that authority to unbind it and let her loose.
You know,
Well,
me, what
okay.
my own understanding
That's
anybody, like my own understanding is, I prefer to err on the side of caution, right? Anything that your heart does not condemn you.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So I can't say this is right, this is wrong. You understand?
Yeah.
Like for me, I wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But for whoever, whatever you discuss with the pastors and you guys
Exactly.
agree, it's between you.
I agree with
I'm
you.
not going to answer for you.
I agree
Right.
with you.
So, yeah,
Because
it is.
You
I
see,
won't-
this scripture.
but whatever my mind is not comfortable with, I can't do it because you're going to live with your conscience.
Right.
Anything that happens, they will
I
tell you
agree, I
this
agree
is
with you
wrong.
on that one.
Anything
Right.
that-
If
you
your
understand?
conscience
So,
doesn't blame you,
yeah, so then
you're good.
All right,
But
true.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
from
God has given the pastors the right because we can see that Moses stood in behalf of the Israelites. And so, of course, we remember our former pastors, of old, and they were able to make decisions when it came to a point that these are difficult situations. So the reason is that God has ordained the pastors, the prophets, to stand in. And so what they say, applies. And so in a situation which is a difficult one, if they appeal to God and pray and say that, well, this is something, but in this case, it's not going to be a general with everybody
it's not a
ever,
general rule.
but only in exceptions.
Yeah.
So yes, in this case, we agree. So now let's see what Deuteronomy is saying. Deuteronomy 24, 1-4, in response to this question, a divorced and then remarried person may go back to their original spouse. When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and giveth it in her hand and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that she is defiled, for that is abomination before the Lord. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. So this is a false.
That's a false.
But isn't that Old Testament?
That's
Yes,
Old
that's my
Testament. That's what I'm
question.
saying.
After Christ came and liberated us,
When
what
Christ
happened?
came, he
Yeah,
changed
I
the whole
think
thing.
that's the Old Testament.
I'm
Like,
still
yeah, I
saying,
don't think we can.
remember a question when they asked the Lord about some woman that was
Caught in the-
married. No. The one died. The other one went to the brother to raise the thing, and then they asked him, okay, on the day of resurrection,
Which wife was
that?
it?
And then the brother said, no. That those days there's no man or woman that all of you have one glorified body. Because and they wanted to trap him on what this argument that we have now. Because they asked him, I said, on that day, whose wife would that woman be? So, but he didn't ask them, he just said, no, that day there's no man or woman.
Everybody's on your own.
That's right.
So, yes.
From here, this is when Moses permitted divorce.
Right.
And so, on account of Matthew chapter 5 and 19, when Jesus now
Says that, yes.
divorce is not even permitted at all. Because here, Old Testament, at a point, Moses, because of the habit of this,
Allow them, but it's not so. It shouldn't be so.
it shouldn't be so.
So-
So we are looking at the context where divorce is not even permitted at all. Where once you divorce,
You've committed.
whatever you take, you commit adultery.
Correct.
And so in that regard, I still think that the correct answer for question 20 is true.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
So, let me just.
If there is space, if there is.
No, there's no.
No, because it's interesting. There was another case that when the elders even sat and they went back, the man had even remarried a fire. And so he himself, he was already thinking of coming back, but there was no way. So once they come back and they said, oh, is that what the scripture says? Then I'm even ready to come and fellowship with you. I need my wife back.
But even if you look into real life, it happened nowadays. People get divorced, married, but when you go back to it.
Because this thing, there was a story my dad, regarding this last question,
Real life.
there was a story my dad told us in those days. A pastor, a very renowned pastor, who had married before he converted to the truth. So he then married another person in the church. But when the elders knew about the old wife, he told her that his real wife is that old one, that he has to leave that one and go and get his old wife. And that is what he did.
So what happened to the
He was
person
taking, I heard he
married?
was taking care of.
He was taking care of that
But he
woman.
wasn't.
Then
married.
later on, that woman married another person in the church.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She married another, and you know what happened? When she married another person in the church, later on, her husband died. And the woman wept a lot because before yeah.
So, well,
Pastor, that pastor, his wife died, but then she had married.
Okay.
She had married somebody in the church. Then she felt so bad about it.
so just for the purpose of what we are talking about, we will take this as false as no. So we don't want divorce and then remarry and then no. So we will end it there. So again, we thank God for what He has brought to our attention today. It's been a great opportunity to go over these words and questions, and the contributions are very invaluable.